We are backstage at the UCN studios preparing for the Blue Sapphire Concert. I'm Jerry Johnson, Assistant Professor of Digital Media here at Buena Vista University, and with me is David Ekstrom. David, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, my name is David, and I'm a Senior Digital Media major, and I'm also the Station Manager at the University Cable Network. So, Jerry, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Blue Sapphire Concert and what Blue Sapphire actually means?
So it's time for a history lesson.
Yes.
All right. Well, in 1948, the NBC Symphony Orchestra did a first simulcast of radio and television, which was historical at the time. It was on the Red and Blue network of the NBC studios. It was on March 20th, 1948. And it was Studio 8H, now where Saturday Night Live is performed, Rockefeller Center, New York City. And it was the first simulcast of radio and television. So we thought, why not commemorate that event 65 years later? So that's why we call it the Blue Sapphire Concert, because the blue sapphire is the stone for the 65th anniversary.
Yes.
So to commemorate the 1948 broadcast, we are having the Blue Sapphire Concert to commemorate that.
And the original simulcast was broadcast in black and white because color TV has not been invented yet. So we're going to broadcast in black and white, so shouldn't we be broadcasting this show in black and white as well?
I think you're right. Let's do it.
Black and white.
All right. Now, what was the inspiration behind us doing this concert? I'd like to have you share with the audience our trip to New York City, which started all this.
Sure. Well, last year in March of 2012, Jerry and myself and other digital media majors and professors traveled to New York City for the College Media Association Awards. And we had an afternoon off one day, so Jerry came up with the idea of going to the Paley Center for Media. And so
Which is really cool.
It is. It has lots of historical tidbits about television history. So in there you can also watch some famous television shows that are really pivotal in television history. So Jerry brought up the NBC Symphony Orchestra original simulcast from 1948, and I really didn't know much about it, so he showed me, and after we watched it for a while, we thought we could probably commemorate that by replicating that at the University Cable Network at BME.
So we decided that we're going to have the Blue Sapphire Concert on March 17th, 2013, 65 years later. We're going to have it at the Shaler Memorial Chapel here at Buena Vista University at 3 o'clock. You can watch it on air, listen to it on air, or on the web, or be right there at the Shaler Memorial Chapel and enjoy it there live.
Yes, and on the web is our own little modern spin on the concert because they didn't have internet in the 40s, of course.
That's right. So that's our historical event.
Yes.
That we're going to simulcast with 3 different channels. So once we got that idea at the Paley Center, the next day we went to the Today Show. And we kind of stood there in front of the Rockefeller Center. And I think that was when we said, I think we can do this.
Yeah.
And so we got done with the convention. We came back to campus and we had to share with other people because it took a lot to get this together. So we've been working on this for what?
About a year now.
And because it was last March.
Yeah.
And we even worked on it over the summer, during
we did.
the fall.
Because since there wasn't a original video for us to buy and see all those tiny details of the concert, and so we called up the Paley Center to see if we could actually have someone come to the center and transcribe the script. And so we did, and our person she lived in New York City, so she did a really good job at transcribing the script for us, which helped a lot in the production.
Yes, and then it was time to find someone that would play the music.
Yeah.
So I talked to Jerry Bertrand, who's Assistant Professor of Music here at Buena Vista. He's also the conductor for the BVU Concert Band, and brought the idea to Jerry, and he thought, you know, that sounds like a really cool thing to do. But now the interesting thing is that the NBC Symphony is a lot of strings, and the BVU Concert Band is a lot of brass and percussion. So we transformed the BVU Concert Band into the
UCN Symphony Orchestra.
And they have been practicing on the music for the last 2 or 3 months at the beginning of the semester. And some of the pieces that we're going to be playing during the Blue Sapphire Concert. Now, the NBC Symphony concert was all Wagner, but a lot of it is strings. But Jerry was able to find a lot of Wagner pieces that his band could play. So we're going to start with Wagner, end with Wagner. But also we're doing other pieces like Airwaves, which is from 1936, which was played by Bachman's $1 Million Band on their radio show in 1936. Also, there's a really neat piece called Headlines, which is kind of a play off of the newsreels, which is really dramatic, and they're really working hard on that one. And then also we have In the Miller Mood, which is a tribute to one of our native sons, Glenn Miller. And then we end with the piece that NBC Symphony Orchestra ended with by Wagner with Valkyries. So it really is going to be a really neat night. The band has really been working hard, and now we have to bring all of this together with many other pieces.
Yes.
And one of the big pieces is General David Sarnoff.
Who is General David Sarnoff?
I'm glad you asked. He was the president of RCA and NBC, and he made this 5-minute speech prior to the concert. And he said all these wonderful things about media, technology, this historical significance of it all. He said things like, the magic of science combines with the glory of the arts to bring to countless people in their own home over the wings of the radio wave. And he moves on and on. So it's really a neat piece, really sets up the day.
Yeah.
Well, we went to President Fred Moore, the president of BV, and we asked him if he would be interested in reading the exact same speech that Sarnoff gave that night. And he said yes. So at the event, the Blue Sapphire Concert, President Moore is going to read Sarnoff's speech, which is really going to be a neat thing. And that just sets the stage for the whole day, for the whole concert. But of course, there are other casting involved in the event. We have Ben Grauer, which is our TV announcer, and he's on air. And also we have a radio announcer, which you never see, because obviously it was simulcast on the red and blue networks of NBC. So when they were preparing for the concert, there was somebody whispering, and now Toscanini is now going here, and you can see his assistant in the doorway. You know, they're all whispering like they're at a golf game. And so it was really neat to listen to that, and it just added to the significance of the first time that people ever saw a simulcast of radio and TV. And then we also have our floor director, which is kind of our 2013 version of bringing the concert of 1948 into 2013. And why don't you explain a little bit about who's playing these characters and how we went about finding them?
Yes. Well, all our characters are BVU students, and we have 2 theater students that are playing the parts as Ben Grauer is Taylor Berggraf, and Kylie Peterson is our floor director, and then a KBVU radio person named Griffin Truslow. He's our radio announcer.
So it's going to be a really neat event, and that's on March 17th, 2013.
At 3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock, 65 years later. And there's a lot of other support that we'd like to talk about. You can listen to it on KBVU 97.5, so we're working with them. We're also working with Ryan Harder at UMC. He's helping us put it on the web, and you can hear it on the web at bvu.edu/blue. Also, we have to mention the BVU Theater for all their help in making this happen. David Walker, Bethany Larson, Matt Tudor, Justin Isbell, all of them are working hard with us to make this happen. We have a lot of students getting involved at the UCN and other video classes, and they're doing a lot of hard work. Also, maybe you can mention briefly that during intermission, we have something special we're going to share for those who are watching the broadcast.
Yes, we're doing 1940s to 1950s style commercials in black and white, of course. We have 3 commercials during our block of time, and the first one is UCN Studios. It's a cereal commercial that we're producing.
A dancing cereal box. You got to see it.
And then we also have a Sparky sitcom spot where it's kind of like Lassie, but we named it Sparky because
I love it. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
It's going to be great. Also helped us with a lot of the set pieces that you see here, and also during those commercials, Buena Vista County Historical Society has helped us. Thank you. Fonda Museum, Gibb and Jan Elpers have helped us a lot with a lot of it. So it's going to be a fun night. Blue Sapphire Concert, Shaler Memorial Chapel. You can see it there, 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, or watch it on the UCN Channel 3. Listen to it on KBVU 97.5, or watch it on the streaming at bvu.edu/blue. March 17th, 2013, 3 o'clock, on air at the theater. It's going to be a wonderful time, and thank you for joining us backstage at the UCN studios.